Imagine two lumberjacks in a forest. They both start chopping trees early in the morning. One of them works nonstop, swinging his axe from dawn till dusk. He's sweating, grunting, determined not to stop. The other pauses every hour. He sits under a tree, takes a sip of water, stretches, even sharpens his axe. At the end of the day, the first lumberjack is exhausted and frustrated. He looks over and sees that the other man, who took all those breaks, has chopped more wood. He's stunned. "How did you beat me?" he asks. The other replies, "I took time to sharpen my saw." This is what Habit 7 is all about. Sharpening the saw is not laziness, it's wisdom. Too many people think that taking breaks, sleeping well, or going for a walk is a waste of time. But the truth is, success doesn't come from working harder, it comes from working better. Your most important tool isn't your laptop, your phone, or even your skills. Your most important tool is you. Sharpening the saw means taking care of your whole self, so you can keep showing up fully with clarity, energy, and purpose. What does it really mean to sharpen the saw? Stephen Covey describes 4 areas where we all need regular renewal: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. When even one of these areas is neglected, you become dull. You might still be showing up, but your results get weaker, your creativity drops, and your motivation starts to fade. Let's walk through each area with real examples so this doesn't stay abstract. Mental renewal: how Einstein sharpened his mind. Einstein was famous not just for his brilliance, but for how he took care of his mind. He played violin, he went for long walks. He would step away from his desk and let his thoughts breathe. One day, he was working on a tough problem in physics. He couldn't crack it. So he left his desk and sat at the piano. While playing, the solution came to him. The sharpest minds don't run on pressure, they run on spaciousness. You sharpen your mental saw by doing things that expand and energize your thinking. Reading something new, reflecting, or even doing nothing for a few minutes and letting your brain wander. Physical renewal: the burnout that changed my life. A few years ago, I was pushing through a big project. I worked late nights, skipped meals, survived on coffee. I thought I was being productive, but my body told a different story. One morning, I couldn't get out of bed. Not because I was tired, but because I physically couldn't move. My back was in spasm. The doctor said it was stress and exhaustion. My body had quit before I did. That's when I learned: if you don't schedule time to rest, your body will schedule it for you. Sleep, movement, good food, these aren't extras, they are fuel. And if you're running on fumes, it doesn't matter how talented you are. You won't make it to the finish line. Emotional renewal: why connection keeps us strong. During the pandemic, I thought I was managing fine. I was productive, I was meeting deadlines, but something felt off. It hit me when I bumped into an old friend on a walk. We talked for 20 minutes, laughed, shared memories. When I got home, I felt lighter, like I'd taken off a heavy jacket I didn't even know I was wearing. That's when I realized emotional sharpness isn't about controlling your feelings. It's about nourishing your relationships. We are wired for connection. Without it, our emotional batteries drain. We lose joy, patience, even creativity. You sharpen your emotional saw by spending time with people who remind you who you are. Friends, family, even mentors. Spiritual renewal: the why behind the work. A friend of mine was making a lot of money in a job he didn't love. He had all the signs of success, but none of satisfaction. One night, he called me and said, "I don't know why I'm doing any of this." That was the moment his saw went dull. Spiritual renewal isn't necessarily religious. It's about purpose. It's about aligning your actions with your values. When you forget why you're doing something, you lose power. But when you reconnect with your purpose, everything gets clearer. He didn't quit his job overnight, but he started volunteering on weekends, helping kids in the community. That gave him meaning again, and that meaning gave him energy. What happens when you don't sharpen the saw? I once worked under a founder who bragged about not sleeping more than 4 hours a night. He skipped vacations, he didn't eat lunch. For a while he seemed unstoppable, but then he started making mistakes. He forgot meetings. He'd lash out. One day, in the middle of a pitch, he blanked out completely. Couldn't remember what he was saying. He stepped away for 3 months. When he returned, he said something I'll never forget. "I was building a rocket ship, but I forgot to fuel the pilot." How to start sharpening your saw today. Here's how to turn this from a good idea into a way of life. Start by asking yourself one simple question. Which part of me feels the most depleted? Is your body tired? Your mind foggy? Your heart heavy? Your spirit numb? Pick one area and make a small investment in that part of you today. If your body is tired, go for a walk. If your mind is cloudy, read a chapter of something inspiring. If your heart feels distant, call someone who matters. If your spirit is drained, spend 10 minutes in silence. Ask yourself why you're doing what you're doing. This isn't about adding more to your to-do list. It's about making space. Because what you do from a renewed state will be more powerful than anything you force out of exhaustion. The legacy of sharpening the saw. In the long run, the people who win are not the ones who sprint the hardest. They're the ones who last the longest. They protect the tool, they sharpen the saw. That's what makes a life, not just a career, extraordinary. This is your friendly guide, Mr. Smart, reminding you. If you want to go far, stay sharp. And hey, if this sparked something in you, don't forget to give it a like, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the Mr. Smart channel for more insights that fuel your journey. Stay wise, stay sharp. See you in the next one.